So the second episode of White Lotus season 2 felt a little bit like a filler episode, but it's awesome characters and just jaw-dropping, absolutely incredible location in Sicily really does make it what it is. What is up everybody, welcome back to my channel Lifestyle Critic. I hope you're having a brilliant day. So in this video we are going to be reviewing the second episode of White Lotus season 2 and I'm already absolutely loving season 2. I mean, just Sicily and the location is just so beautiful, and I've actually been to Taormina, so I can say from first-hand experience it literally is just so exotic, so incredible, and if you haven't been there, I would highly recommend it as it's just so beautiful. But anyway, let's go back to episode 2. So like I just said, it is a little bit like a filler episode as not that much happened, but sometimes, you know, in seasons you do need 1 or 2 episodes that just build everything up for hopefully a massive payoff and crescendo, which I do feel like this episode was doing. It was definitely planting some seeds, which you do know are definitely going to explode, maybe in the next episode, but most definitely in 4, 5, 6, and 7. Me being a little bit hopeful there, but let's go through all of the characters' story arcs one by one. So first up, of course, we have to talk about Jennifer Coolidge, as Tanya's ending was just so upsetting and just so mind-blowing as well. So I love the episode though, as she just really so badly just wants to have a dream day with Greg in Sicily with a Vespa, and she does actually achieve that to the disdain of Valentina. But I was really happy for Tanya, as she was just having the time of her life. And then when she wants to conclude it during a really nice dinner with Greg, he then gives her the bombshell that he is going to be leaving their beautiful vacation, as he claims he needs to leave it for business reasons. But you then later on find out, when she overhears his conversation, that he is actually cheating on Tanya and then wants to leave her for this other woman, which, like I said, is so upsetting. And I hope he's not just using her for money, which he may well be doing, or maybe he is now trapped in this marriage and he just doesn't see any way out of it. So it's going to be really upsetting to see the eventual fallout with Tanya and Greg, maybe in the next episode. And it's really great that she still has her assistant Portia around, as she is definitely going to need a shoulder to cry on. Speaking of Portia, she was spending pretty much this episode with the DiMarco family and was just really overhearing all of the awkwardness between Bert when he was really questioning Dominic. But also another upsetting / sad moment was when you can see that she doesn't really have any interest in Albie, but yet he is so interested and really does like her more than just a friend, even though Portia just does not see him that way at all. So this eventual breakup, at least from Albie's point of view, is going to be really hard on him. But going back to Dominic, he signs up the 2 prostitutes to both his room and his father's room, again to the disdain of Valentina. I absolutely love Valentina. I love how she hasn't got any filter. She is just saying exactly what she thinks, and even if it is making the other person really awkward, she just doesn't really care. She is an absolutely formidable character, and the 2 prostitutes did take advantage of the fact that Dominic has been so generous to them, which I do think is a really interesting lesson in terms of being really careful about who you let into your life. But at the same time, they didn't really have any loyalty towards him and just got a little bit carried away from the fact that they now have access to all this money. And we also find out that the reason that Dominic broke up with his wife, who by the way was being voiced by Laura Dern, which is absolutely incredible. I hope we do eventually see her in Sicily. But you find out that the reason that they broke up was because he has a bit of a sexual addiction and is sleeping with a lot of women, which Bert would not let him hear the end of, as he was just constantly knocking at the fact that he's had a really successful marriage and yet Dominic is not having a successful marriage at all. And you could really feel the awkwardness, especially from Portia's point of view, as she is witnessing Bert just totally breaking Dominic. Cameron and Daphne seem to have the perfect relationship. I'm sure that we will eventually find out that not everything is perfect in paradise, but at least at the moment they are just flaunting their perfect relationship in front of everybody's face. And we are really seeing a bit of a slow burn in terms of Harper now being a bit more open to these 2 characters, and this is definitely going to lead to a bit of a relationship happening between her and Cameron. I do love the real relationship that she has with her and Ethan, as both of them just seem like such real people, but you can already see a lot of different fractures with this relationship. For example, Cameron dominating Ethan, Harper kind of taking Ethan's masculinity away from him. So I do feel bad for Ethan, but it's going to be really interesting to see how he is going to burst later on in this season. So episode 2 was really pleasant. I would have loved there to have been a little bit more dramatic things happening, a little bit more fireworks happening as well. But you know, from a filler point of view, I feel like it continued all of the narratives that is set in the first episode, and I just can't wait to see what's going to happen next. But what did you think of the second episode? Let us all know your thoughts in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.